wasn't already.
Oh, no.
You're
Not
not
ready.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward. It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupider.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of Your F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to me at beefvegan@kfma.com. Subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, and give us a call 600-KFMA at 600-5362. And Emil and Mari and myself will weigh in on your F My Life situation. If we agree your life is F, we'll hook you up with a 4-pack of tickets for your Tucson Roadrunners, either for Friday night's game or Saturday night's game, as we face off against the Calgary Wranglers. All right, so let's go Tucson. First email, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, sent to me by Hugo. Hugo said, yesterday the city shut off the water at my house because my roommate thought the water bills he had been hoarding were quote-unquote suggestions.
Suggestions?
Oh, my God.
I wish.
Yeah, and I know. I suggest I take all your money. F My Life, what do you say, Emil?
Yeah, man. That sucks. Oh, it's a whole mess.
Yeah.
It's a whole mess.
Yeah. Now you're showering in the neighbor's hose.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
been there. F My Life, what do you say, Mari?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree all the way around. That sucks. Not your fault, but now it's your problem. All right, next email sent to me by Yvette. She said, I was unloading, Everett, I'm sorry. Ooh. Well, now the rest of this email gets even awkwarder. Everett said, I was unloading Cokes outside the movie theater I work at. While bent over, I heard someone call out, damn girl, you got a fat ass.
Oh, no.
Followed by, oh God, that's a man.
Oh, no.
I am indeed a man. And this is, and I inadvertently made your name feminine, dude. So maybe it's you. Maybe it's you. So I'm going to say big, beautiful booty baby. What do you say, Mari?
I say FML.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever been mistaken for a man? Okay. Emil, you're a skinny man. Have you ever been mistaken for a woman from behind?
No, luckily not. I don't have a behind.
Yeah, that helps. That definitely helps. But yeah, F your life for sure, especially if it continues to happen. And my bad for adding insult to injury there.
Yeah. It just keeps going for this poor guy.
It's like such a beautiful name and a beautiful bass. All right. Mental reset moving forward. Sienna sent me this email, beefvegan@kfma.com. She said, today my boyfriend and I ordered pizza and watched a movie. After dinner, we started to make out. I began to take my clothes off while he stopped me. He said that sex is an exercise and you can't exercise for 30 minutes after eating.
Wow.
Nerd. What a nerd. What are you afraid of cramping?
Yeah.
Punk. All right, F My Life, Emil.
So stupid. What are you doing?
I know, dude. You get sex and pizza. You just ruined it.
No, right? FML.
Yeah,
For
dude.
sure, man. Come on.
That's
are you doing?
God's combination, by the way. That's like the ultimate combination.
It's good
I find
carbs for that.
Oh my God, yeah. You eat the carbs, you burn the carbs.
Yeah.
Perfect. F My Life, Mari.
I mean, I don't think he's wrong, though.
Oh,
Right?
shut up, nerd. Okay.
Power through those cramps, okay?
Yeah. Mari, any excuse to bow out. To be like, you know.
It's 30 minutes, baby.
We got to wait 30 days. We just ate pizza. So married. All right. Next up, My Life. There's two more. This one's a doozy. Zara said, this weekend my husband came home with tears in his eyes. I ran and asked him why he was crying. He said he wasn't, but then he finally admitted that he was talking to a woman in a bar who, when she noticed his wedding ring, sprayed him with mace.
Wow.
Yeah. So what was he saying to this woman, right? F My Life, what do you say, Mari?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions to that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little sketchy, right? But mace does hurt. So, yeah, I would say FML.
Okay. What do you say, Mel?
Mace does hurt. It sucks. Yeah, FML, man. That's a lot of stuff that's probably going on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
It seems to me that your husband was trying to cheat and then, got blasted in the
He got
face
sprayed.
for it. Yeah, so you not F his life, but yeah, F your life. And final F My Life for the day sent to me by Jim. Completely relatable F My Life to most people out there. He's like, Beef, I was pushing so hard to take a number 2 that I ended up passing out.
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, get some fiber, bro.
Yeah, dude. Eat some spinach. F my life, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Emil?
Yeah, somebody finds you like that too.
Oh.
You don't want to Elvis. I mean, every time I go to the bathroom, I'm afraid I'm going to Elvis myself.
Right. I always think about that in Sopranos. I don't know if you guys are ever a fan of the show anyway.
Oh, yeah.
That's a side note.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah. So F my life for Jim. You've never passed out while pooping, right?
No. God.
Okay. Well, just make sure. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Have you?
No.
Okay, good.
Well, okay, maybe once, but I don't want to talk about it. All right, let's hit the reset. We come back. We're going to be asking you, how would you grade your proposal? So if you want to give me a call right now, do so. 600-KFMA, 605-362. Remember, when you proposed or were proposed to, in hindsight, how would you grade that proposal? Let me know.
Not religious shit.
Yeah, all right, we're back here live on the podcast broadcast. Of course, that was, Emil and Mari doing F My Life with me. Valdez and Yas Money in the building. And we were just talking about the interview that I had with Kat Von D and how Kat Von D turned her life around from going full-blown alcoholic and self-destructive to finding Jesus and, being like kind of clean health and energy type of person. But I was explaining, you had a theory about people that got uber religious at the tail end of their lives as they get older, and what was that?
That they found it that it was like some sort of like schizophrenia,
Right.
because it's like all of a sudden you're just like believing in this huge aspect of religion and this and that, but it's not as different as like I hear voices and I believe them, or I believe God and I met God, it sounds less crazy when you jump into a religion as opposed to like there's
Right.
voices in my head.
Yeah. And I've definitely met some people who are borderline schizophrenic and also uber religious. But normally when I look at religion, and, I'm not anti-religion by any means. I consider myself spiritual, but I've seen people who go uber religious after being addicts, and it's all part of an addictive personality. Like finding religion is almost like, cocaine in a way where they, you don't just dabble in it, you go all in, right? And so when I've said this a million times before, but I spent a summer bidding on storage sheds, right? And yeah, like storage wars type shit. And
Why?
to make money. It was a hustle that my stepfather got me into.
Okay.
Right? So I was like 18, 19 years old. And whenever I would find a Bible, I would find a crack pipe. Whenever I found a crack pipe, I would find a Bible. I would never find one without the other. In all the storage sheds that I went through. All right. It was never a solo thing like, oh, Bible, no crack pipe. Weird. Right. It was always that. So, and that's why it's so easy for people in like AA and who have addictive personality to transition their kind of like obsessive compulsive disorder or addiction into that. And it's more, obviously, it's more beneficial health-wise to, be addicted to religion than it is to a poison that's going to slowly kill you over time or make you make bad decisions. So, I'm not even against it, but it is part of that persona and that part of the brain. If you have an addictive personality, then it's going to be easier for you to be uber religious, right? And so that's why I wouldn't even mind going to church. It's kind of boring, but whatever. I'd go. I've even contemplated being like, maybe that's where I'll find a nice girl. But then at the same time, it's like the devil snuck in, being like, yeah, I'm just here to find Jesus and some pussy. Like that's not cool. That's not cool, right? That's not cool. I just said that's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's why I haven't.
It was the way you said it.
I know, creepy. I know. Not cool. And I stand by it. And it was one of those things which you've known me for long enough where sometimes I'll say things I instantly regret. That was one of those. Chalk it up.
Well, let me take the heat off of you. I think you see more action if you became an altar boy.
Okay. See, that's not cool. That's not cool. All right, good morning, everybody on the stream. Let's do a tease here on the FM side. Valdez is going to debut a segment for us.
Oh.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. He's Valdez.
I'm Valdez.
And he's got a brand new segment for us. What are we talking about next, Valdez?
Found something super interesting on the internet, like usual.
Okay. Yeah, and, for all those people out there who are like, I want to move from the country, it's going to hell. Well, you're not wrong. It is kind of going to hell. And if you're trying to escape the country, Valdez found the perfect spot for you. We're going to break that down for you right after Green Day's Brain Stew. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. And we're live on the podcast broadcast, but I didn't mention that, and that's fine. It's for our OGs here. Yas, looking cool as always, flexing her World Series shirt, representing the Dodgers still. Won't get over it. This is why people hate Dodgers fans and maybe Raiders
If the
fans.
Yankees had won, it'd be the same thing
For you?
for everybody who is a Yankees fan.
Okay, yeah, because you wouldn't rock it though, right?
What?
Where'd you get that shirt? That looks like a swap meet shirt.
Why? Because it's in Old English?
Yeah, I mean, it does look a little bootleggy.
No, it's not. It's official.
Is it official?
Yeah.
I thought it was a brown dude. I thought the same thing when I saw it. I was like, don't say it out loud.
Yeah, it's like that's something you would make and sell, right?
Yeah.
You guys are a bunch of haters.
No, I see.
I bought this after the
swap
World
meet.
Series drunk.
Online?
Yeah.
Or on the street corner?
No, online.
Okay. Just making sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with swap meet shirts either. You know what I
I
mean?
know there isn't, but this is
You know,
official MLB. It's right there. The
Timu
little
is
MLB
the
is right
swap
there.
meet of online.
Dude, I would never trust Timu.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you could have the logos on it too if you bought it in Mexico because they give zero fucks there.
No.
That's what I love, dude. I love going to like Rocky Point or Nogales, and all they're just kind of like knockoff shit because they don't have copyright infringement laws there, so they could just do whatever they want. And I think it's the best. Yeah. Do you get stuff down there?
No.
Are you feeling like defensive right now?
I feel attacked.
You're not attacked. It's fine.
It was a hideous World Series. It was like two teams I hate so deeply going against it. It was like watching Osama bin Laden fist fight Hitler. I was like, I don't care who wins. Like,
Okay, well, are you a Cleveland fan then? Because I see your shirt, or your hat. I mean, that's a Major League logo, right?
it's from the movie Major League.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's a Major League. So yeah, but are you an Indians fan or whatever their name is now?
No, D-backs. D-backs
Okay.
and White Sox.
Okay. All right. So it's interesting. We all have two teams. So what's your second team, Yas?
For what?
Baseball.
I don't.
You don't.
No.
Just one and done. That's it.
I have to.
You have no love for the Diamondbacks whatsoever?
I mean, a little pat in the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Yas is going to be working this weekend with me on Saturday, which should be a fun game. We talked about, the stuff that we're going to do this weekend. I'm looking forward to working with you again. I miss you. We haven't had a chance to, mess around at the games here in a minute because you keep calling out.
No, stop it.
Something like that. Oh, next week. Are you working Tuesday or Wednesday?
No, because I'll be up in Phoenix.
Yeah. So that's a call out. Now,
I'll be on Glendale.
oh, yeah. I know. But, with that, it'll be good to be able to hang out with you, but you're actually like canceling plans to work this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, tell me about these plans.
I went on a few dates last week.
I thought it was only one day, so it was a few dates already?
Yeah, no, it was a few dates.
How many dates have you went on with this guy already?
Like 4.
4?
Yeah.
So every day in a row? 4 days in a row?
Pretty much.
Damn. Okay. Where did you meet this guy?
So casually, my friend had invited me to a concert, and I was like, hey, I don't know that I'll go because if it's game 4, if the Dodgers win this one, like I want to watch it.
Right.
And she was like, okay, well, just let me know. So she had invited her friend. And so then I felt bad because the Dodgers had lost that day. And I was like, well, I'll go and I'll meet you, like, if you're by yourself. And she was like, oh, no, like, I'm here with my friend. But if you do want to come, I have an extra ticket to Kailani.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, cool. And so she goes, you're only 10 minutes away because she has my location. So I was like, oh, okay, even better because, like, I had been drinking. Yeah. I got an Uber. And then I just got there.
Okay.
And then I met him there. And then, like, we kind of...
Down in Tucson or up
up in Phoenix.
Okay, so he's a Phoenix boy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had tickets to go. So he said last week, let's go out on Wednesday. I want to take you somewhere. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I ended up with like Sabrina Carpenter tickets and I couldn't take my daughter. So then we ended up going to see Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay, now you're going to hold that thought right there because we're going to get back into this. It's only scratching the surface. There's a love connection happening right now. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. He's Valdez.
I'm Valdez.
And he wants to tell you where you could move to. What is the story that you got going on here, Valdez?
So the whole story, let me open by saying, Gila amici, come stai?
What is that?
So it's Italian for hello friends, how are you?
Learn it.
Okay. Oh, did you know it?
No.
Okay. Now, there are similarities because you
There are
speak
very-
fluent
yeah.
between Spanish and Italian. So if you are bilingual and you speak Spanish, then you could
There
probably
are,
learn
yeah.
Italian a lot easier than us regular gringos who don't know anything.
Gringos.
All right. So why were you speaking Italian?
So apparently there is a rural city called
Rural.
Ololai, and it's on one of the Italian islands. Well, one's a peninsula. This is an actual island found in the 20th century. But anyways, they have an offer for Americans. They posted this on their website after the election. If you did not like the results of the election, they're offering you $1 or a house for $1, which is €1, just a little bit over $1, and you can move there and live there and buy a house for over €1.
Are you looking it up right now? Yes. You're like, wait a second, a house I can
I
afford?
Google this.
The scenic is
Dreams
beautiful.
do come true.
And they've been wanting to do this because the population has dwindled down to like 1,200 people.
Well, see, yeah, it's dwindled down though for a reason, right? It has to be because the economy in Italy is a wreck, in Sicily especially, and it's one of the islands, which sounds beautiful, but at the same time, if people are fleeing there that are Italians, what makes you think that as an American you could survive there, even though unless you work remotely?
So the mayor said they set up a special team to guide interested buyers, and there's like different tiers. So you can buy a house for over €1, but it's like a fixer-upper. And then you can get one for like $100,000 American. That's like ready to go.
Okay, which one would you go for?
Well, I would go for this other program because I was trolling the website. They have like a whole website set up.
Uh-huh.
They have this thing where you could work from there. So I could go there for a month and live in one of their houses for $1. All I have to do is give like TED Talks about my experiences. Like, you know, if you're an interesting person or you have like an interesting career, you can go talk to like neighboring towns and cities and they pay you for it and you get to live there for $1. You do it for a month. I mean, you fill out the application and everything. And if you get chosen, you get to have that life experience.
Well, you know what? I mean, you have a pretty interesting life, too. I mean, you were once a prison guard, you know. You've worked in radio. What are some other things that Italians that are local would find you interesting for?
Think about almost everything, like the sports career, the law enforcement career, the freaking acting, everything, stand-up,
Okay.
wrestling.
Yeah, professional wrestling. Trying to teach these local Italians about the art of professional wrestling
Yes.
and being a referee, always wanting to take bumps.
All that.
Oh,
Yeah, well, that's terminology for wrestling, not partying. There, Miss Sunglasses. What are some things you would tell Italian locals to pitch yourself as being the most interesting American?
first of all, I'm not.
You're not American?
No, I'm saying like
A dual citizen?
I wouldn't pitch myself to be the most interesting American.
Well, let's say in this situation you wanted to live in Italy for a month for only €1, all right, which is
Okay.
less than an American dollar, I'm assuming. And all you have to do is do a couple TED Talks about yourself. What would the TED Talk sound like?
I mean, it'd be like,
Go Dodgers!
yeah, it sounds just like that. Shut up. No, I think I'd be like, oh, you know, I worked in TV for 10 years and I know about media and blah, 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 blah.
You wouldn't show off your TikTok or anything like that?
No. Which did really well.
I'm sure, but you know, that's the thing. Like, how many American influencers you think are going to apply for this?
All of them.
Right.
All
They
of
said
them.
after like days after setting up the website, they got already like 38,000 submissions.
I'm sure. And I'm sure, yeah, like a lot of influencers did because they looked at it as an opportunity to make a society dumber, but also shoot a lot of content in 30 days on this little Italian island, which I know, like Rico and I should go there.
Fun little factoid, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the honorary citizen of Olololai.
You know, that's not a fun fact because this guy gets honorary citizenship everywhere he goes. Like, slow it down, Arnold. You know, pick a lane. But that is cool. For only $1, you could own a house, a fixer-upper. So it's like a shack, basically. No electricity, none of that.
There's electricity and like it's not Mexico,
I feel like
bro.
you
Damn,
would.
it's-
No, I feel like it would be like a little shack.
Yeah, dude, it's a little Italian island, so I'm sure very
well,
similar.
It's an actual city. See,
Okay.
Does it
Yeah.
look good? Share
But
this.
if it would be a brick house, sure.
You share your screen so I can share
princess.
it on the podcast broadcast. Let's
All
look at it, and then we'll ask our streamers what their pitch would be to the Italian government to be their TED Talk. I guess mooch for a month. Where is the one? I mean, I got stories. You want to hear my stories? They probably would get lost in translation. I mean, all my penis jokes would probably fly over their head, which would be upsetting.
Well, I'm pretty sure there'll be like a translator. You're not just gonna have to like learn Italian and speak to all these people.
Nah, I
Like,
think you're just like, you're here. We're going to throw you to the wolves. I think that's literally what it is.
Hey, you know what? I mean,
There's no way you're going to get princess treatment.
Yeah, I imagine just with the way of my speech impediment or, dumbness and the way that I slur words, that even like a translator would be like, I don't have any idea what this guy's saying. He has had way too many espresso shots this morning. All right, we're going to look at this
just
beautiful.
fill out the app and be like, I'm Steve-O. And then they'll be like, oh, Steve-O.
Oh, yeah.
See,
Because Steve-O is world renowned. Yeah, for sure. All right, we're going to look at this Italian village on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. We got more coming up right after music from Rage Against the Machine and Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yeah, let's see this.
She is beautiful.
She is beautiful.
Look at
That
So-
reminds me of, did you ever see
that does look beautiful.
my Greek American, or my
My Big Fat Greek
my
Wedding?
Big Fat Greek Wedding? Did you see
Yes.
the third one?
No.
Oh.
Oh,
Anyways,
yeah.
they're great movies, but like the third one brought you into a village in Italy or wherever they were in
See,
Greece
bro?
or whatever. And it looked like that. And it was just like a maze.
Yeah, I mean, the old European countries and stuff, yeah, it looks beautiful. Like, architecture there looks beautiful. Let's see. And it is still a little Mexico-ish. Don't act like, this doesn't look like parts of Mexico.
Mexico-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'd probably feel comfortable.
Yeah, no, you would be
Look at that.
accepted. And honestly,
Dude, and fat dudes in Italy tear it up. They
Yeah.
love fat dudes over there.
yeah, they're like, welcome, new leader of our our mafia.
I'll be mayor and then I'll never leave.
Yeah, I was gonna say cartel, but that's just
That's
racist.
not it.
Yeah.
That's not it.
We live too close to the border to talk about cartels. Unless it's a potato cartel, then we could talk about it all day long. Because a potato cartel is being accused of colluding to keep the price of frozen French fries inflated. And luckily, it will not stand because there's 2 class action suits that have been proposed in the U.S. District Court alleging that 4 companies currently dominating a multi-billion-dollar market in the United States basically monopolized frozen French fries. Yeah. And in the proposed suits, it's alleged that McCain Foods, Cavendish Farms, Lamb Weston, and J.R. Simplot have privately swapped intel to inflate the price of potato goods like fries, hash browns, and tater tots in the last several years. So this is good because part of the issue of our inflation and our cost of living, which is right now so problematic that it basically waltzed Donald Trump into the White House again. That things are so expensive, but why are they so expensive? It's because of the corporate greed. Corporate greed is what did it. Now, they initially started hiking the prices under the guise of pandemic and supply and demand, right? Saying, oh, I'm so sorry, the supply chain got broken, so prices have to go up. But then when the supply chain was fixed, they did not go down. And in fact, actually, they continue to go up because basically these corporations got greedy. They put their hand in the cookie jar. They took the cookie. They didn't get caught. They kept going back more. Now they look bigger than Valdez. Now, with that... I say that out of love.
So Gordon Gekko wasn't right. Greed isn't good.
No, greed is not good. And now when it comes to big businesses like this, and this is just the latest example that they literally call this a potato cartel, which is ridiculous. But this is happening across the board in every sector, especially food and everyday cost of living expenses that we have to endure. In fact, yesterday or earlier this week, I mentioned what the cost of living for the average American needs to be. In 2019, excuse me, it was $56,000, which was the average cost of living, what you needed to basically pay for a household. Now, it's $107,000 for a new single-family home. Yes. That's only 5 years ago. But the point is, it doesn't need to be that way. And what we would need to do, and unfortunately, I don't see that happening with this administration, and it didn't happen with the previous administration, was them to come in and say, hey, you greedy fucks, that's enough. That's enough, right? But, there are examples of this happening, and this is the latest one, that there is, the government looking into this potato company or these 4 companies essentially jacking up the price. They do that, the same thing with our rent prices. Our, Arizona Attorney General has, building a case against similar companies doing the same thing where they're colluding with each other to raise the price for everything. That's why it costs fucking $1,400 for a studio apartment in Tucson. In any part of Tucson, not Oro Valley. Like, pick a spot, pick a lane. Grant and Alvernon. That's where I'm at. I'm paying $1,200 for my shit. And the same place where I'm paying, like, literally 6 years ago, would have been half of that. Would have been $600. Yeah. So I get mad. I get mad when I see this. So what do you feel like that you buy every day that just became entirely way too expensive?
I went to go get my nails done yesterday, and it was
show them off on the stream.
It was $60.
$60 for
$60. Usually it's like 40, 45, and then it went up like $20. And then on top of that, you get a tip. I mean, you don't have to, but
such a Kardashian answer. My nails.
My nails.
I thought it was gonna be something like heartbreaking, like food or something for my child.
But that's like
my
the
nails.
general thing. But it's like like little things to just kind of take care of yourself and like just an upkeep of like getting your nails done, getting your hair done, getting anything done. Like, yeah, sure, groceries and gas and everything. Yeah, cool. But it's like a lot of these things are out of our control. I don't know how it's working in these like businesses or small businesses that they feel the need to also increase.
Well,
prices,
I mean, with everyone's prices at the same thing and they have to set their bottom line price, I guess, it just, if it seems normal. But I would say if anyone is getting wholesale prices lower from initially, then it's a prime opportunity for them to be like, shop with us because we got the best prices in town. Let's see what happens. But, I don't know. I don't know what will happen here.
I mean, I've come to the realization that I'm just not going to have a home.
Or money, yeah. And you know what? A whole generation is aligned with that same thought process.
I should not be 34 living with my mom and living. Well, I mean, my living situation is different.
You live like a baller.
I live back and forth, but it's like
Yeah, but you live like a baller in that situation.
I won't have a home,
unless your mom leaves it to you.
Well, that's a whole other situation.
Yeah. Well, okay. So the reason why she had to get those nails, Valdez, is let's circle back to this because she met a new guy. Right? Now this is right off the bat. This is a crazy kind of little love connection you got going on because 4 days in a row. That's the beginning of something serious, right? Where you just like can't wait to see each other again. I don't even remember what that feels like. But yeah, so you initially met at one concert and then became concert buddies again. Said, hey, Sabrina Carpenter is going to be simulating fellatio in front of 15,000 children. We should go to that.
She didn't do that one at that concert.
Okay,
she put her legs up on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she's beautiful, and I can see it. But yeah, there was a little bit of scandal with Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
This year because her audience is so young, and then did she simulate fellatio?
No, not on this one.
Okay, but the one that people got upset about.
That was in L.A.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fitting.
But when I saw it, I was like, oh.
Right.
How am I supposed to explain that to my 9-year-old if she asked me? Which?
Yeah.
Brooklyn was like, what's a slut?
Oh no. So why was she asking what a slut was?
Because she says it in a song.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you believe that Sabrina Carpenter is like a good role model?
No, she's not for the kids. And she knows she's not for the kids, and that's why she does what she does.
Right.
And she's not going to address it. She's just going to act on it.
Right. Okay. Let's see.
Clearly.
I want to see this because, honestly, I have not seen the act in question. I just read about it because I don't care about Sabrina Carpenter that much.
So I went to this concert and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm glad I didn't bring her, but also there's like a bunch of kids here.
Right. Yes, absolutely. As a parent, you spent like too much money. Okay, so this is the issue in question. The headline for this tweet. I know, it's just too funny. So I put in Sabrina Carpenter BJ, and then this person said, I present to you the greatest video of Sabrina Carpenter showing why she's the best pop slut ever. All right, so this was the scandal in question, apparently.
So in this song, she talks about positions, and then she
Okay.
goes, have you ever tried this one? And so then she'll get on the little heart stage that she's on, and she'll pose in a sexual position.
Okay.
And so, first of all, the song isn't like even that great. She's got better songs, but I think
Right.
that this particular song wouldn't have been as big as it is if she wasn't doing what she's doing,
Right.
you know, performing it as it is.
Of course. And she was a Disney girl, right?
Oh yeah, she was on the Girl Meets World.
Okay. Oh, was she the girl that met the world?
No, like you know how it was Boy Meets World?
Yeah.
She was the daughter of Topanga and Corey.
Oh, yeah. Well, that makes sense then. Okay, I see her. Yeah. I mean,
So all of these are the poses that she does. She goes, have you ever tried this
Okay.
one? And so then she does the pose for like 2 seconds.
right.
But it's like super quick.
Yeah.
This is probably like the most scandalous thing that was probably done
Thus far.
thus far
Yeah.
in
Do
the
you-
concert.
Yeah, you think.
I mean, there was another one where like it was just like the shadow of like her and her dancer with like curtains, like making out or whatever. But it was whatever.
Mm.
But that one, the position is usually like the scandal.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it seems a little scandalous. And,
Mhm.
you know, I mean, she's too young for me. I see the appeal, though. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
But like my 9-year-old should not.
No.
No.
Hey, real quick question to both of you. Why do you guys go to the movies?
To
I like
watch
the-
it in a big screen.
Yeah, I like the experience.
Yeah.
The future answer and the correct answer is for the popcorn bucket. And it looks like that's the business. That
What?
is the business now, you know.
What am I gonna do with it when I take it home?
Yo, you're going to beat your neighbor over the head with it because the latest popcorn bucket to make its way to the movie theaters is the Lord of the Rings popcorn bucket, which experts are deeming a little dangerous. But AMC made one for the upcoming animated movie, Lord of the Rings: The War of Rohirrim. And it looks like it could cause some damage because it's the shape of a warhammer. It's over 2 feet long. The head opens up and popcorn goes inside it. And so just imagine nerds fighting afterwards with these popcorn buckets. They will. And you'll definitely see these popcorn buckets at your next cosplay or Comic-Con event. But it means that while you're eating popcorn, the handle is going to stick out and either to your right or to your left or straight ahead of you.
So that's like a $40 bucket then.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing.
Oh, and the popcorn's not included. You gotta pay extra.
Of course, but that's the new.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's the new biz. Is you can't release a movie nowadays without a customized popcorn bucket.
Have you seen the Moana one?
No, but I did see pictures of the live action Moana being shot by The Rock, and that I'm like, well, there you go. There's going to be a hit for you, Rock, because your last few have been stinkers.
I did see those pictures, but I don't think it's a live action. I think it's him promoting the movie because the movie comes out in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
next week.
Moana too. Oh,
Yeah.
So you think? Oh, I thought he's really going to
No. They're promoting the movie for next week.
be. Okay, well, I'll Google that. Is The Rock?
There's a live action, but it's not going to be them. It's going to be other people.
Oh, well, then that's bullshit. I think. I mean, obviously they made the character look like The
Right.
Rock for a reason, and there's really only one person that could play The Rock,
Yeah.
and that's Roman Reigns because he's the man. All right, let's get on here. I'm a fan of.
But the popcorn bucket looks like a big old plastic wave of
Yeah.
water.
Mm-hmm.
And then Moana's like on the outside, and then you put the popcorn inside.
Okay,
The
I'll look up the
plastic.
Moana popcorn bucket. We're back here live on the air, Rock 102.1 KFMA. I just showed off the Lord of the Rings popcorn bucket in an attempt to express, like, we've gone too far with these popcorn buckets, but that is part of the movie business now. They know that people are going out to the movies less and less, so the movie companies have to figure out ways to bring them out. And apparently the latest craze is the custom popcorn bucket that you'll pay $40 for, you know, just to get your, you know, oversalted popcorn in and then take it home as a keepsake. It started with the Dune popcorn bucket, which quickly went viral because you could have sex with it. And then Deadpool was like, hold my beer, because we will design a popcorn bucket that is specifically made for you to have sex with, right? And then it continues. So now the latest was not only the Lord of the Rings popcorn bucket for their animated film that's going to be coming out, which I knew nothing about, but also Yas was telling me about the Moana 2 popcorn bucket, which we'll pull up and see what it looks like.
So have you guys bought any popcorn buckets ever?
You know, it wasn't like, I guess when the Taylor Swift movie came out and stuff, those popcorn buckets, like just with the poster board on it, or the cups, like those went flying, just because they were Taylor Swift.
It's just another opportunity to mooch or get merch up, you know, and that's smart. I mean, I don't blame them.
You go to AMC, they have all of that stuff in display.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it made a whole new line, and I'm sure they're making money off of it because let's be honest, movie theaters have been hurting for a while now, since a pandemic, and they haven't necessarily bounced back, and the movie industry as a whole has not bounced back.
going to the movies, though.
I know, but you know the problem is not great movies have been coming out and going straight to theaters. In fact, actually, I was talking to a friend the other day who said that they had a movie pass before pandemic where they were able to see 3 movies a month, and they missed that. But I'm like, hey, or three movies a week, and they missed that. And I'm like, there has not been a time where 3 good movies have been out in the movie theaters at the same time.
That's true.
Recently?
Yeah, recently, in the last year.
I did love Deadpool Wolverine. That was good.
I mean, what was it? Like maybe a month ago, like I feel like everything was out. It was like the Apprentice movie, the Joker came out. Like
the Joker sucked ass.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is like everything, like at one point I was like, what are we watching? And I was overwhelmed by how many movies were actually out. I think it was around the Halloween time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I give up. But because I wanted to watch all of them, I wanted to watch all of them. Like I did want to see the Apprentice one. I did want to see Joker. I never got to see Wild Robot. There was just what was the one with Demi Moore? I wanted to see that one too.
Oh yeah, okay, that one.
They all like came out at the same time, and I was like overwhelmed.
Okay. All right, on the stream, Cowbunga Dude said, I got me an Optimus Prime truck / popcorn bucket. It was the only time that I gave in getting one of those. Yeah, if it was a popcorn bucket that could transform into a truck, then I would probably buy that too, just because growing up as a kid in the 80s, I was too poor to have a real transformer. You know?
Aww.
Yeah. So
wait, did you see that movie?
Transformers?
Yeah, the new one, the cartoon one. God, it was good. You would have loved it.
I heard it was good.
You would have loved it.
Honestly, I have no desire to even watch the Transformer movies or even watch the cartoons, but if I see a legit old school Transformer, I may reach into my pocket and buy that toy just for the sake of nostalgia.
Because you're an adult.
Because I could, because I can. It's a symbol of success. Like when I was talking to Kat Von D when she eats Gushers, that's her little thing that said I made it, right?
Yeah.
If I get myself an Optimus Prime, I'm talking the legit one, or the old school Transformer that turned into a gun, they don't sell those anymore, right? Because it looks like a gun. Like one of those two things, in mint condition means I made it. Now I don't have those things because I didn't make it. But, if I do, that's my accomplishment right there.
I used to watch Transformers, but too poor. Only could afford GoBots.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That?
Yes, that's all I had, dude. And, I had a cousin who his dad made money, my uncle, and he had all of them. And this son of a bitch, we're cool now. We're cool now. I love my cousin, right? But when he was a kid, he would have them all displayed on his dresser and literally have the entire toy line. And I would come over and my eyes would get all wide and starry and oh, can I? And he's like, don't touch. I wasn't even allowed to touch it. I could barely even look at
him. At least
him.
he took care of them. My cousins would get the real toys and they would break them.
Right.
And that would break my heart.
Yeah.
The only time I got a real Transformer was at the swap meet and it was missing an arm, but I was still happy.
Yeah, well, you saw that today?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How much you selling it for?
It had an arm missing, and I played with it a lot.
Yeah. So what's the price?
For you, $5.
Damn. You're selling that
but
toy
don't ask
short.
me.
I got to check my credit line first.
Don't ask me to sell my wrestling figures. Those go with me to the grave.
No, yeah. I don't want anything that used to be a sex toy. All right, we're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast there. I'm going to reveal what one of the worst form of tortures ever are, and it involves goats. It's odd. All right, so join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, or keep it right here because we've got music on the way from Nirvana on Rock 102.1 KFMA. I just noticed Yas both yawn and look at her watch at the same time. So how boring are we?
No,
don't drag me into this, bro.
No, it's because
We're together.
It's your show,
She
man.
yawned. I know.
I missed a phone call. That's why.
I wish I could do instant replay on this stream, which would be amazing. Good morning, Anthony. Good to see you on there. Let's see. He said, "Don't lie, Valdez. You had all the My Little Pony collection."
And strawberry shortcake.
Mm-hmm. Well, those are cheap. So, yeah, I am jealous of that. Oh, yeah, let me see the Moana popcorn bucket because you said you're geeking about that.
Speaking
It
of
looked cute.
the yawning, I remember doing a oral board interview for a police department, which I got in on.
Mm-hmm.
But the police chief was sitting in the interview, and I'm giving my answer, and he yawned.
Really?
Yeah, and I felt so crappy. And then I even felt worse because the sarcasm in me came out. I was like, I'm sorry. Was that too long of an answer?
Ooh.
And he's like, no. He's like, no. I was like, okay, sorry. And I was like, well, I effed that up.
Yeah, it's bad interview when they're yawning. I mean, in his defense, he could have been, stayed up late.
I did get hired, though. So
Oh, okay.
I made it.
All right, so is this the bucket you're talking about? No. Okay.
I was going to say, that doesn't
first
look.
one.
This one right here?
Yep. That's the one.
Okay. So, I mean, they do get extravagant, but I'm like,
It doesn't look like a popcorn bucket, I feel. It looks like a bowl. It looks like you could like put a bunch of snacks in there and put it like for a bunch of kids. Like it looks like a little it looks like a kid's bowl.
Right.
As opposed to like this is a popcorn bucket.
See, I haven't bought a fancy popcorn bucket since 2 Girls, 1 Cup came out. It was just a giant cup.
Okay, The Rock is shooting a live action Moana. So he is going to star in the live action Moana. This is according to people.com and the Times of India. Let's see. This is what it says here. Dwayne Johnson is bringing Maui to the real world. The actor appeared in costume on the set of the live-action reimagining of Disney's Moana for the first time in Hawaii on Wednesday, November 20th. He wore the grass green skirt, black wig, tattoos, all for to be Maui.
You know what I don't need? Is
What?
a live action Stitch movie.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch. 'Cause
I don't
that
need
would
it.
give you nightmares, right?
I don't need it.
Yeah. If you haven't seen this, the Rock looking like Maui, I mean, minus the sunglasses. I mean, he's just as thick as the character now too. He's just as like broad. And so yeah, this is legit. And honestly, it's the smartest thing for his career right
Beef's
now.
gonna be like, hear me out.
I mean, I've been hating on The Rock a lot lately.
Did you hear what happened recently? The claims they made about him.
Yeah, his peeing bottles.
That
Yeah,
he was extremely late to set, and they asked him about it in an interview.
he
Did you
said,
hear it?
yeah,
He said, yeah.
yeah. Stop peeing bottles.
But he didn't address the being late and how much it cost the production. But I mean, the guy told him like, you never hear anything bad about you, and that was like the one bad thing about you.
No, well,
And he's just like, yeah, I peed in a couple bottles.
yeah, no. It seems like the snowball is rolling and growing on the kind of like outing The Rock for being a diva. I think you're on top of the mountain for that long, and eventually, I guess you just turn into this monster. It just seems to happen. So with Red One coming out, completely being a bomb, losing shit ton of money.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see it just to see it.
Yeah, well, you're not going to enjoy it. That's the
Why
consensus.
is it that bad?
And the thing is, when we were talking with Herb about it, it's an Amazon film, so you will be able to see it soon. And did I just hear your panties get wet? Jesus Christ, what happened? It's like, relax. It's just Herb.
Where is he?
He was on the show yesterday.
Wow. So you bring me on the days when he's not here.
Well, I thought you were in Glendale falling in love.
Oh, okay.
We can circle back to that too. But
Herb doesn't have Usher tickets, though. I mean, I'm sure he can probably. He's Herb Dean.
Listen. Stop it.
so is this kid a West Sider? Does he live in Glendale or does he live in Phoenix?
No, he lives on the east side.
East side, like Tempe, Scottsdale?
Like I don't know. I'm guessing Chandler.
Oh, well, you haven't spent the night there yet?
No.
Okay. But you have a place that's right by the arenas. The Sabrina Carpenter show, was that at the Glendale Arena?
No.
Okay.
It was at Footprint. We had to meet there.
Oh, nice. Meet in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So a little date, you guys met, and then after the date, you guys shook hands and went your separate ways. So this was night 2 or 3 or 4?
Sabrina?
Yeah.
That was the first night.
That was the first night after the first concert. So would that be the next following night, or was it a couple days afterwards? You guys talking a little bit?
No, like, so we went to the concert.
Okay.
And then Thursday, we met up again.
Okay.
We went to Topgolf.
Nice. Top golf is a good move. This guy's like, hey, I'm gonna spend a little money, show you my swing. Yeah, that's what they do there. Have you been to Top Golf?
I haven't.
Okay, you gotta check it out.
Friday we went, had some drinks.
Okay. Oh, where?
Someplace in Tempe.
A
So we
nice
met
little
up
like
again.
dive. Was it a good vibe?
It was like a really nice place.
Okay, so again, spending some money and stuff. Does this guy make a little bit of money? Sounds like he makes a little bit of money.
Full blown Barbara Walters over here. I want to see his W-2s. What's his address?
No, we're seeing what the potential is here. This is a love connection, and I'm a hopeless romantic. I love love. So with that, okay, so nice. You went to Tempe, had some nice drinks and stuff. Did you have any food? What'd you nosh on?
The place we went to, surprisingly, like, they had an appetizer of like meatballs.
Yes.
And they were actually really good.
Okay.
So
I love meatballs as an appetizer or a meal. Honestly, I'll just straight eat
they
the
were
balls.
really good. I was surprised because he ordered them and I was like, meatballs. And then
So he's white.
No.
Okay. Sounded like a very white move, too. Just meatballs.
Well, we didn't go to eat. We just went to like have some drinks or whatever.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. And then have a little appetizer. Have a little bite to go along with the food. That way you don't get a little too drunk and your stomach feels good. Yeah, that's a good move. All right. And then what happened?
And then I went home and then the next day before I left, we went and had lunch and then I came back to Tucson.
Had lunch again, yeah. So Yas has been living up in Phoenix for 1 week on, 1 week off. So, and she has this ultimate setup where she's literally living in this sweet ass apartment condo setup that's in West Gate, which I actually like had my eye on of when I was in the running to work for a radio station up in Phoenix during my time on the Frank Show to be on like the country morning show.
Oof.
Yeah, but that's money. So
Yeah.
then I started already fantasizing about making money. I'm like, where can I live that's baller and good enough? And I was literally looking at those places.
Putting the cart in front of the horse.
Yeah.
And there wasn't even a horse.
No, I know. And then I obviously didn't get the job and whatnot. So maybe my answer was wrong. Like, what do you know about country music? And I'm like, I know country thunder and I know that people are hot. So, I mean, obviously, again, country radio is the last format that actually makes real money. So if people ask me, would I do a morning show on country radio? I'm like, you back that truck up and dump that money on my front lawn, then yeehaw, motherfucker, all day long. But again, it wasn't in the cards. And now Yas is living in that place, which is cool. And honestly,
It's nice, but sometimes it feels like you're living in a dorm.
Yeah.
But like how many times you have to like buzz into the elevator, you have to have like like it tracks you.
yeah.
And so I mean for security purposes obviously, but like sometimes it's just like I forget my key and I can't go up into the elevator or to the garage, and so I got to follow a security guard, and so
Yeah, but so with the places that are up there, like the businesses and stuff, so have you invited him over to your area because you have the ultimate like date night setup because you could literally kind of bar hop, a restaurant hop because it's Westgate, right? And then you got your place right there above all the restaurants and the bars. So I mean, yeah, that's the seal of the
That's
deal
prime
date.
location.
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
you kidding me? It's a good thing that I don't live in that spot because I'd have 3 kids right now.
Yeah, dude. That would be like my
3 baby
official whole
mamas.
face spot right there.
Oh my
No.
God, yeah.
no. I mean out of respect for like the organization for letting me live there and stuff.
That's fair.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to mix that.
Business and pleasure. Yeah, okay.
Especially because I have bosses that live in that building too.
Yeah.
They don't live on the same floor, so it's just like I don't want to be. I don't want to be put in a situation that I shouldn't be in.
Right.
So professionally, I'd love to bring my friends over, anybody or whatever. Like maybe my mom or Brooklyn, I can bring over, but it's like I'm not trying to like run into a boss in the elevator.
I'm like, oh, you going up? Because we're going down. Yeah.
Rough night.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's smart. I like that idea. But, I mean, I'm excited for you. So, I mean, to really see the guy make an effort to want to see you every day since he met you, You know, and
And we talk here and there, you know, we send.
It's
text
going to be hard
messages.
though because you still live in two different places.
Right.
You got two completely different lives.
Mhm.
You know, up in Glendale, you have the life of a sports team. I'm going to say executive. You know, a single thriving woman.
Mhm.
All right, and down here in Tucson, you got the life of a single mom who lives with her mom. Right, and so these you have a duality that's happening right now.
My personality is like, who am I?
But yeah, I mean, you could enjoy both equally as well. It's kind of like one of the
I
benefits.
feel so fake.
When you're up there,
Like
you're like, I'm not really
general-
Phoenix. I'm really Tucson. No, what am I even doing here?
My personality disorder.
They're like, how's Brooklyn? You're like, who?
Yeah, well, I don't recall that name in the 602. When I get in the 520 area, I'm like, oh shit, yes, I have a life down here.
I have a spawn.
Let's get on the air. That was amazing. Rockland 2.1 KB, welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're getting super personal on the podcast broadcast, but that's for our
My
crew
business.
only. It is none of y'all business, right? Real quick, I'm going to tell you a story. You heard of goat yoga?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very popular amongst all the middle-aged soccer moms
I
and
saw a
whatnot.
911 episode that made me never want to go to goat yoga.
Okay, what happened?
Something got in their eyes
Okay.
that like came from the goat and
Yeah.
the hay or whatever, and like they went like partially blind. They had to take these little parasites out of their eyes.
Ooh. Yeah, you know, goats are super crazy in a way. They're not just, I mean, yeah, they have balance and they have this desire to climb things, but at the same time, they could be one of the worst animals on the planet and give you excruciating torture. In fact, actually,
No.
history tells us a form of torture known as the goat's tongue is probably one of the worst forms of torture ever created by man. And I've never heard of this before, and I don't know if you have. Excuse me. So I wanted to share it with you. Here's how the goat's tongue worked, which would leave its victims in agonizing pain or even dead. A person would have their feet soaked in salt water, which would make them more vulnerable to peeling. Then the person would then be in a secured place where a goat could do the licking. All right. Now the goat would then commence licking of the feet of the victim with the unceasing tongue lashing, which would steadily wear down the skin on the soles of the victim's feet. Some guy way back in medieval times ate something that got him super high and made him think some crazy-ish.
Yeah.
Because this is crazy. Any tickling sensation would eventually turn into extreme pain in the skin once it wore down, and eventually open wounds and all that, which is, you know, and if you're dealing with the tongue of a goat, which is likely not a bacteria-free zone, in addition to the extreme pain, that infection could end up being what will eventually lead to the death of the victim. So goat tongue is a form of torture that I'm looking forward to.
So is the goat that dumb? He just keeps licking and licking and licking until like he's...
Yeah, it's such a dumb goat, right? No, it's delicious feet, dude. Salted feet.
I didn't know goats were... What the hell?
Have you eaten animal feet before?
Patas? No.
Yeah, see? You even know the name of it, right? So you know they can be delicious. So, yes, to a goat, our feet salted is probably a delicacy, and they will just keep on licking.
Yeah, but aren't they herbivores?
No, not when it comes to feet, dude. You know, everyone has a fetish, you know? So maybe it's a goat fetish. They get like salted things, and I don't know. It's gross. But yeah,
I hate that we talked about this. I hate that you found this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I hate that it came up as a notification. Like, hey, check this out, bro. I'm like, oh my God, you got my attention. Thanks.
I'm like, live in
algorithm.
Italy for $1. Beef's like, I found out goats can lick you to death. I'm like, all right.
I went on a date. Goats.
Oh, you wish you got the goat's tongue on the date. All right, let's hit the reset. We got your beef tip coming up after these words. Conversation's moving. YouTube.com/beefvegan. Wow. Yeah, I needed to find a dirty way to make an out. And you set it up. I knocked it down. That's right.
Always with your Audis.
That's right. Goat's tongue. Goat's tongue. Love it.
Cow tongue, that's delicious, though.
So when are you going to see this guy again?
Well, I was supposed to see them at Usher this weekend.
I know, but instead
tomorrow,
you're hanging
but
out with this guy.
I will be hanging out with you and the Tucson Roadrunners.
I like that though because, you know, I mean, sure, you want to like hang out and see each other every day for the rest of your lives, but this is a good test to see if he would get jealous because then you're hanging out with a guy who's, you know, attractive-ish and charming. This is me I'm talking about. and then you'll go post some selfies and shit. You want to see with your very own eyes, I know. And then you'll see if he gets like jealous or weird.
He don't seem like the type.
Well, we're gonna test him out, and that we'll post a selfie together. We'll both be smiling, looking fly. I mean, hell, I got a bunch on deck. I have them in my phone. Like when we took the pictures with the overstuffed bear, that's an adorable picture. I look pretty good in that picture. I have it saved. Yeah, I'll make it a profile picture. Yeah, it's on favorites. It comes up like a slideshow every now and then. Whenever my phone feels like I'm feeling down on myself, they're like, "Hey, remember this time you Yaz and the overstuffed bear? Remember how mad your girlfriend got when she saw that picture and accused Yaz of liking you? Yeah, but she turned out to be a sex shit, so that worked out.
Overstuffed bear. That sounds like if I ever became like a rave DJ, that'd be my name.
That's an awesome DJ name.
Yes.
DJ Overstuffed Bear.
Yes.
You should do it. I mean, you get a lot of guys hitting on
right
you.
now.
Because that is also the gayest DJ name I've ever heard.
IBT's
You're an
money
overstuffed bear,
money, baby.
Yeah. Hey, did you guys hear a rumor or see online that Target was going to open up bars in their Targets? That's not true.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. Did you look into it?
No.
Were you like salivating over the thought of a Targarita?
No.
Okay.
I barely want to get a Starbucks just because it's there.
Okay.
Why would I want to stop and get a drink? I mean, I love going to the movies too because they have the bars, but then I'm like, I barely want to do that. I barely want to go to the bars at the.
You're getting old now.
Well, see, what I'll do is I'll go to the little sushi place and just have sake before I go inside now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When you're at Westgate, where's your go-to place for food? Because you got to do dinner. I know you're not cooking. Up in Glendale, are you going to the grocery store and then putting together home-cooked meals for one?
Every once in a while, yes. I'll make myself a little Caesar pasta salad and whatever. But I mean, I'm usually just buying stuff.
Okay, yeah. So, So what's your go-to there at Westgate?
I haven't. Well, I went to Salt. There's a place called Salt. It's like Mexican food or whatever.
Yes. But it's not that great compared to all the great food that we have down here.
No.
Yeah.
I was just there for the appetizers and the margaritas.
Right.
They have good happy hour.
Okay. Yeah.
But also, when I was there, I was watching the Dodgers lose at that bar, and then finally I got up and I was like, I need to go to another bar, and then that's when they won. So it's a bad luck play.
Yeah, you did. You did it. That's on you.
It was me.
Yeah, good for you. They need to give you a ring. So
someone's got to give me a ring.
Yeah. Did anybody see yesterday? There was a viral post saying that there's this asteroid that's close to Earth that if NASA gets it, then everyone on the planet will be rich. It's worth $1 quadrillion.
Lovely.
Yeah,
more
$10
wars.
quadrillion. And SpaceX actually launched a Falcon Heavy rocket to track it down.
They're saying this so that you can forget about the aliens that live in the water.
Oh, speaking of aliens, you want to see an alien sighting that happened on Fox News just the other day?
Here in Tucson?
New York City.
Oh, did you see the one here in Tucson?
No, but pull that up for me. All right, so apparently this is UFO sighting here. Coming up in just a couple seconds. Let's see exactly what this looks like.
Suggestion pricing, including a federal suit claiming there was an incomplete environmental.
All right, so it says around 43 seconds. All right, so do you see it? What it says here is that a news helicopter was showing a shot, and people think they caught the UFO on video. Near the end of the segment, you see something zip by on the left. Are you ready? Okay.
All right. Review prior to launching the plan.
Okay. Yeah, do you think that orb was a ghost or UFO? Or just UFO hunting?
Review prior to launching.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think it's the ghost of a UFO.
Oh, you can't have both, Valdez. Don't be greedy.
Don't limit my imagination, bro.
Oh, fair enough. Oh yeah, that wasn't. That's so funny that you're pulling this up. Yeah, I was just trying to show me. Here, look, speak into the microphone.
This isn't the one that I saw originally.
Well,
this is what came up.
I'll tell you right now. That alleged UFO sighting in Tucson was actually for the football game, and there were parachuters that came down, and that's what they were doing. They were parachuting into Arizona Stadium.
Nice.
And they were all lit up. It was at night, and that's what that was. And so that's why they were all
going on
lined.
at Arizona Stadium?
There was, it was a game. Obviously, I forgot exactly what the game was. It was a big one, though. I think it could have been homecoming or something. So
2 days ago?
No, okay, it didn't happen 2 days ago. Oh, was that from 2 days ago?
Yeah, this is from 2 days ago. I know what I know what that looks like.
We'll investigate a little bit more on podcast broadcast, but unfortunately, we're almost out of time on the FM side. So, yeah.
We've been on air this whole time.
Yeah, do you feel stupid?
Yeah.
Welcome to the club. All right, let me give you a beef tip before we wrap things up. In fact, actually, I got to save this for next week because I have 5 tips to how to keep the arguing to a minimum this Thanksgiving, but that would take up too much time.
No.
Do you argue over Thanksgiving? How much family gets together for your Thanksgivings?
Girl, I barely get invited to Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, really? Is it because you eat too much
No,
stuffing?
No, family.
Oh, really?
Me, I clash with my nephew, so they rather not invite me.
Really? Is it political?
No, it's
He's a Yankees fan.
No. Yeah, so.
Well, I feel bad.
We're just airing all your laundry today.
I know. I gotta go.
Well, no, don't go yet. But I do love when Yaz comes on because she's open and honest and basically the opposite of Rico. And I do appreciate that because we learned so much. And we had a fun time. You can subscribe to the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan this weekend. What are you doing for the on-air stuff, Valdez? Are you giving things away?
Maybe. I got to check promo suite.
This guy don't even know.
Just say yes.
Yeah. All right. Tonight we got Tucson Roadrunners facing up against the Calgary Wranglers, and they're also going against them on Saturday. If you want a 4-pack of tickets to tonight's game, give me a call, 600-KFMA, 605-362. Caller number 10, those tickets are yours. Thank you for listening. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later. Yeah.
When you
I pulled a LA Knight there. You don't even know who that is. Yeah.
He didn't even
Oh, he I had an interview with LA Knight. Yes. And he said, yes. And I was like, oh, you're the guy she's dating in Phoenix.